Hello and welcome to a game, or a video about a game which some of you probably haven't heard of. It's a game called Nether. So it's a survival, multiplayer, first-person shooter set in like a desolated and ruined city, where creatures of the Nether run free, and you have to survive, you have to find food, supplies, guns, ammo, and then you also have other players who could kill you. Now, this game seemed a bit dodgy, obviously, first. I kind of expected it to be another Warzy, and what do you want to know? It's just the wind. Stop getting so worked up over things. But thankfully, I've played about 20 minutes of it. It's actually quite fun, I'll say. There's a lot of player versus player killing on it, as you'd expect, because supplies are very limited, so I tried to find a server which is quieter than the others. It might lag a bit because my Wi-Fi isn't the best, but we'll see anyway, so I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, I'll just talk about this. You can customize a character. Bit of an issue there with Task Manager opening. But as I was saying, you can customize them. It's fairly limited. You can... There's 2 types of clothing at the moment. It is an early access game. It's on Steam. You can buy it now. And this is my character. As you can see, it has a permadeath function, but it also has a leveling up system with RPG elements. So I was quite intrigued by this as well. And there's no nonsense of like you have to wait an hour to respawn. If you die, you lose your levels and stuff, but you respawn. So this is the game, and as you can see, I have a lovely shotgun because I got very lucky and found it. Weapons and commodities and things like that are very rare in this game. However, you do start off with this lovely kitchen knife, but I prefer the shotgun because it's a gun, and guns are more effective and rare. So let's talk a bit about the game. As you can see, there's a little dialogue box there. If you press enter, you can use a voice chat, or text chat rather. One thing I really don't like about this game at the moment is the lack of a FOV editor. You can apparently edit it, but I wasn't able to figure out how you do it. Because the field of view is quite limited, I think it's set at like 75 default. And yeah, this is the game. As you can see, it's quite murky looking. I actually quite like the look of it. And most of the buildings can be entered, but a lot of them are the same. Like they have the same structure. And I will say that when I'm using Fraps to record this, and Fraps is quite intensive, it wasn't this laggy without Fraps. It ran at quite a higher frame rate. So yeah, you have to contend against these monsters, as I said. There's a few variants of them, I've only seen 2 so far. But they're quite hideous, and they can track you. They can also teleport, and I think that's to compensate for some of the... if they have bad pathfinding. But I didn't notice that yet. They were quite ferocious and intent on murdering me. So yeah. I don't know how many people are on this server right now. You can check. There are 33. As you can see, I've got a ping of 21 according to this. So I'm going to check that again. See, its ping is pretty low actually, and it shouldn't be that low. Well, I reckon it's a lot higher, I'll be perfectly honest. Yeah, this is the game. And as you can see, that little chat box shows people talking and people dying. It also shows you if someone murders someone, which is quite good because it means, if you see them, you'll know they're dangerous and they will try to kill you. There's a safe zone mechanic in this, wherein I think I'm actually like beside it. Or not. I have no idea where it is. Sorry, I'm walking up this building, I don't even know why. It's quite a cool looking building though. Might find something interesting up here. Occasionally you can read stuff on the walls, but as I was saying, there's like a safe zone mechanic in it, wherein it's a zone where players can't attack players, and Nether creatures can't attack you in there. Occasionally, well not occasionally, it's quite frequently actually, the Nether will attempt to take control of the strongholds, or safe places. And you'll have to battle them out, and you'll have to do that regularly. It's quite cool actually, I like the idea of that. And, oh god, I'm just going to sprint down here. You've got limited sprint, I believe you have to eat stuff, and I have not found any food yet. There are microtransactions in it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, probably able to buy guns and weapons and stuff. Well, no, actually. The microtransactions are only for certain cosmetic items, so they're not actually that bad. So when you buy the game, there's 2 versions of it, the Believer or the Chosen pack. I got the Believer one, which was cheaper, and you get 20 nether gold with it. So there were hats there for like 3 nether gold, and I don't know how much nether gold actually costs, but I don't intend on ever buying it. There's a second in-game economy in the form of dollars. Now, I haven't found any dollars yet, but I assume you can find it around the place. and you can use that to buy guns and weapons and stuff. Well, not guns, you can buy ammo and you can buy other melee weapons. But it's fairly scarce, and you can't actually buy dollars with your own money, which is good. I don't mind like something as silly as a hat that costs money. It doesn't unbalance the game, and therefore I'm okay with it. Now you'll notice there's like, I'm surprised there's no monsters around. Like, I don't know what's up with this. Like, when I was playing this initially, I had to like work to stay away from enemies, but now I seem to have to work to find them. Oh look, there's one. Look, that's a nether creature. And I'm going to kill it with my shotgun. See, they teleport around you. So I'm going to take out the kitchen knife and I'm going to block. Or not, I'm not, apparently not going to block. I'm going to kill it. And they're quite tense encounters, actually. I'm probably going to die. You will die a lot in this game. There we go, he's dead. Now I got 65 XP for that, but my health is very low. So I need to find a bandage, which somehow restores your health. You know, there's no bleeding mechanic. As I said, though, it's early access. It's an alpha stage game, but I'm quite impressed by it so far for an alpha game. You know, you don't expect much. I didn't expect there to be. I should really stop expecting little of games. But thank you, EA, for teaching me how to do that. It's not finished. As you can see, they're adding more to it. Okay, and that's kind of how the PvP goes. Didn't intend to kill him, but hey. So I'm dead. So I still have my character. I do have hats, but you don't lose any of the things you buy with actual money when you die. So you know they're fairly pointless, but you don't lose them, so it's okay. My level's been reset, and I'll have to start again. That's a bit of a pain in the ass, but you know. Yeah. Okay, he got killed. The guy who killed me. So there is a lot of player versus player in this. You know, because supplies are so scarce. I'm gonna say thank you because they revenged me. Oh hey, you know, like a good sport. And we're gonna have a look in here, see if we can find any supplies. See, now you hold E to pick it up. If it's glowing, you can pick it up probably. I think this is where I actually spawned the first time, so we've got a crowbar. No. See, this is where the pain in the ass part where the game comes in. This is the main problem with the game, is that players will just shoot you on sight, even if you walk up to them or you're walking around them, because they don't want to die, basically. Or rather, they want your stuff, even if you have nothing. Yeah. I kind of get why they do it, but it made more sense in DayZ because, you know, there was supply. You know, you kind of had to do it because people get the drop on you. But I was clearly no threat to that man there, and he killed me. So there's a bit of a frustrating aspect to it, you know, in the idea that people will just murder you for no reason, and all your progress will be gone just because you looked at someone funny. But then, see, there's $10. I haven't found any money before that, but there's $10. Now, let's see if we can find anything else. Oh yeah, as I said earlier, it's not finished, so the map isn't finished. So here's the map. All of this lit up section you can go to. All of this is explorable. Most of the buildings are all explorable, and this is how big they intend it to be. I'll just zoom out, or I can't zoom out. Yeah, this is how big they intend to make the map. Now that's pretty impressive. If they actually made it this big, you know, and supplies as jobs were increased a little bit, I would be I'd say this could be it has potential, shall we say? It has the potential to be a very, very good and enjoyable game. But at the moment, I wouldn't recommend buying it. Whereas I am having fun with this, and I am going to go play a lot more of this, and I'm quite addicted. There's too many flaws for me to suggest you buy it right now. And the players are kind of dickheads, to be honest. But yeah, they kind of have good reasons, so I can't really blame them for that. But see this guy, right? Right, I don't think he has a gun. He seems okay though. I don't think he sees me. See, I won't bother him, because I'm nice like that. It's the same reason I kind of hate playing DayZ, is because I have to kill people, because, you know, they're going to shoot at me, and then I'm like, but I don't want to, why can't we just go our separate ways? Well, I guess that's just one of the more important aspects of this game. So, yeah. Ugh, this was painfully boring, though. I didn't even get to show you many of the robots, or the robots. The nether creatures. The other variant I've seen so far is more like a dog. It can teleport too. But I'm not sure why there aren't that many enemies out here. Because when I was on the other side of the sea, there were just a hell of a lot more. You know, it was very difficult to get around and such. So, sadly, I think I'm just going to wrap it up here, because I'm probably going to get player killed in a moment. And I can't find any enemies. So my final thoughts on this game, well, not final, because I'll be playing more of it. I might do another video as it gets updated. But my final thoughts on this game in this stage, no. It's quite expensive. It's €28 for the Believer pack, and something up in the 30s for the Chosen pack. It's not worth buying at the moment. I know you're supporting the developers by buying it, but really, there's too many frustrating little things in it right now for me to recommend that you purchase it. If, however, you are looking for something in the vein of DayZ, as you know, obviously comparisons will be drawn between the two. It's just first person. It doesn't have zombies as the common threat. Then you might enjoy this. You won't even. It's not even that you might. You probably will enjoy this, because it is quite good when you get into it. Obviously, it's much more tense when I'm at it, or I'm able to concentrate more when I'm not talking over it. But yeah, you can also go into the back of trucks and loot them, though I haven't been able to find anything. The loot drops are quite like few and far between, and with the amount of players on each server, which is I think up to 64, you know, loot is fairly scarce. The graphics aren't bad. Like, I mean, some of it's quite good. Like, that's hideous up there. I mean, foliage does move. I do quite like that. You can also go prone, in case I didn't mention it. See? Yeah. I can lie down. Though I don't know what difference it makes. There's like a stealth aspect to this as well, obviously. But, and there's a cross because, you know, implied religious symbolism. Now, I think there was a monster out here. I thought I saw one out here. I did not. So I'm going to stop looking for them. I'm going to wrap it up here. Go for it if you're willing to put up with all the frustrating bugs that come with a game being an alpha stage. And also a community which is far more likely to shoot you than to, you know, stand with you and help you find supplies and, you know, protect safe zones. Obviously, there's not that many that will do that. As if you look in the chat box there, you know, kill on sight, people being murdered constantly by other players. You know, it's a tough world this game has going for it. And I don't think it's people are ready. You know, most people will be ready for it or willing to put up with it. So I'm going to end it there anyway. If you like the video, you could leave a like on it, and if you want to see more from this, I will gladly upload more of it. Less informative, more get down and play it stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm going to wrap it up here. So goodbye.